Hi, hello, very good evening one and all. Welcome to the most comprehensive preparation app for all exams, BYJU'S Exam Prep. And warm welcome to the session. It is ninth day of this very innovative and very unique series, GATE AIMERS 2022. Join the session quickly. I am Satya, waiting for you all to join the session and mark your presence. Ritik, good evening. Okay, those who have joined the session, please mark your presence, guys. Sajal Gupta, good evening. So, today in computer organization and architecture subject, we are going to revise instruction pipelining topic. Okay. Meanwhile, before our friends join, I can say our BYJU'S Exam Prep is offering the festival offer, that is flat 25% off on our online classroom program. To avail this offer, use the code festive25. And today you have mega mock challenge on compiler design. If you have not registered yet, do register from our BYJU'S Exam Prep app and take this mega mock challenge. Okay, so without any delay, I am taking you to the session. Before that, let me welcome Ritik, Sajal, Rohan, Raj, Chandan Kumar, and those who have joined the session, please do invite your friends by sharing and do like the session. Okay, so guys, what is this instruction cycle? Any instruction cannot be done in one step, right? So it is the process of executing an instruction completely. Completely means what? To execute any instruction, what are the phases required? Guys, keep interacting, make the session interactive so that I can ask any queries, I can solve any doubts that you have. Okay, feel free to raise any doubt if you have. So to execute any instruction, what are the phases? Generally, we will have instruction fetch, instruction decode, and execution. Along with this, we may also have operand fetch or register read, execution phase or perform operation phase, and this register write back or memory write back. So these are the common phases that involve in executing any instruction completely. What are they? Instruction fetch, instruction decode, operand fetch or register read, execution or perform operation, write back or memory phase, you call it as in short. So what is instruction fetch? Loading the required instruction from memory to CPU. And what is instruction decode? It is sequencing the execution, in what order the instruction has to be executed. And operand fetch or register read is loading the required operands into CPU. And this is as given, performing the operation. And this is storing the result back. While for every instruction these phases will be there, means I can say instruction fetch, instruction decode, execution are mandatory phases, while operand fetch and register write back are optional. Some instructions may have, some instructions may not have. Okay. So you have series of instructions. So when there are multiple instructions to execute, if you have multiple instructions to execute, then there are 3 different ways to execute them. These instructions can be executed in 3 different ways. What are they? Serial processing, parallel processing, and pipelined processing. What is serial processing? Let us suppose you are having 3 instructions, I1, I2, I3. Each instruction is having 4 stages. Every instruction, if to be completed, it requires 4 stages. You name them, fetch, decode in your own way. So I am giving the general names S1, S2, S3, S4. And let 2 seconds be the time for every stage. So in serial processing, one after the other will be executed. So first I1 complete all the stages S1, S2, S3, S4. Then I2 finish its execution of all the stages S1, S2, S3, S4. Then I3 all the instructions, all the phases S1, S2, S3, S4. Like this, one after another, if it execute, this is what the serial mode. Then what is parallel mode? Every instruction first stage happens simultaneously, second stage happens simultaneously, third stage at a time, fourth stage, like this. If any number of stages are there, all happen simultaneously. If we can execute the instructions in this way, this is what we say parallel mode. Right? And what is pipelined mode? If you take the same instructions I1, I2, I3, if we can make sure while one stage is happening for some instruction, same stage will not happen for any other instruction in the same time. See here, S1 is happening at clock cycle 1. In that clock cycle, no other instruction S1. So you can do S1 here. Like this, if we can execute no 2 similar stages overlap, this mode of execution is what we call as pipeline. Having parallel processing, why we come to pipelining? Because parallel processing require much resources. to perform all S1, all S2, all S3, all S4, all same stages at a time, multiple resources are needed. So due to lack of resources, this parallel mode is not feasible. That's why we prefer pipeline mode. Okay, and if pipeline mode is also not possible for some reason, then we go for serial. Hence serial mode we can also call as non-pipelined mode. Right? Now let us suppose there are n instructions and each instruction is having k stages. And each stage require t seconds of time. So what is this? Here stage time is uniform. For every stage of every instruction, same time is needed. Then in the non-pipelined, which is serial processing, how you can calculate the time? Number of instructions into number of stages per instruction into stage time. So let us call this as equation 1. And in the pipelined mode, how we can calculate the time? For the first instruction, there is no dependency always. Henceforth, out of n instruction, one instruction has no dependency. All the other instructions has to do all the stages along with other instructions by taking t time per stage. Hence, pipelined time is n minus 1 plus k whole into t. So let us call it as equation 2. So definitely for a computer which is following serial processing, if we apply pipelining technique, definitely its performance increases, right? So how we can assess that performance increase, we will see. Before that, these are our paid courses: Vision Gate 2022, Rank Up Gate, Vision 2023, and you can see what you get in all these courses. You will get everything for your quality preparation, everything that are sufficient to become a GATE ranker under top 100, guys. By taking our online classroom program, you can access any course and you can also access our mock tests unlimited. And we are the team of computer science faculty who will be handling all these courses: Murali sir, myself, Satish sir, Navneet sir and Anshul sir. And if you have any queries, you can call our helpline number 9650052904. They will be happy to assist you. Okay. Now, how you can calculate the speed up? Speed up of pipelined processor over non-pipelined processor. Definitely speed will be increased, right? If you follow pipeline mode, definitely it increases. So how you calculate? We know only time. We don't know the speed of pipeline, speed of non-pipeline. But we know speed is inversely proportional to time. Hence, we can just take the reverse ratio. So it is non-pipeline time by pipeline time, which is n into k into t divided by n plus k minus 1 whole into t. Hence, what is the speed up? N into k divided by n plus k minus 1. So let us mark it as equation 3. Okay. Now, when we get maximum speed, so if you want to get maximum speed, you should execute maximum instructions. So if you want S max, then number of instructions must be huge, but number of stages will be always limited, because how many stages we have? Maximum 5 stages. Even if you just consider, you can take 10 stages, 20 stages, but number of instructions will be in millions, lakhs, billions. So when n is much more greater than k, then n plus k minus 1 will be almost equal to n, right? So if you want maximum speed up, then n into k divided by n plus k minus 1 will become n into k divided by n plus k minus 1 is n, right? So which is k. So what is maximum speed up you gain? S max can be less than or equal to k. So let us take it as equation number 4. Now, how we can calculate the efficiency of the pipeline? Achieved speed up over maximum speed up. Right? Achieved marks divided by total marks. That is how you get our performance. So this is achieved speed is S, max speed is S max. So what is S? N into k divided by n plus k minus 1. And what is S max? K. So what is efficiency? Efficiency is equal to n divided by n plus k minus 1. So let's mark it as equation number 5. Yes, good Chandan. Guys, keep liking, keep sharing the session. Bring your friends, whoever are preparing for the GATE exam, to the live session. Or if they cannot join live, at least share. Whenever they are free, they will watch it and get benefit out of it. And we are doing this series exclusively for you students, for your benefit. So please fulfill our aspiration behind this conduction of series. Okay. Now I want throughput. So how I get throughput? Throughput is number of instructions that you execute over total time. So what is the total time you got? N divided by n plus k minus 1 whole into t. If you see from equation 5, n by n plus k minus 1 is E. So you can say throughput is equal to efficiency divided by t, small t. So this is how you calculate speed up of the pipeline, efficiency of the pipeline, throughput of the pipeline when the stage time is same. What if the stage time is non-uniform? Means every instruction, every stage is not taking same time. Then small t is not fixed, so that formula will not work. So whenever the stage time is non-uniform, then we go for this graphical representation called space-time chart. Let us have an example for the space-time chart. Let's say we have 3 instructions. Each instruction is having 4 stages such that they are taking different times. In this way, if it is non-pipelined as we know, non-pipeline happens one after another. So just sum up all, which is 4 plus 3 plus 1, 8, 7, 6. But if it is pipelined, then we use space-time chart. You take instruction sequence, instruction space on one axis, time on the other axis. So I1, first instruction is always independent. So I1 S1, then I2 S2 takes 2 clock cycles, I3 S3 1 clock cycle, I1 S4 3 clock cycles. Then I2 S1 should not overlap with any other S1. So it start here. Immediately it cannot go for S2 because another S2 is happening. So S2 can here, then S3, then S4. Now I3 can start S1 here, 2 clock cycles, but immediately it cannot go for S2. Here it can go for S2. But now it can't go for S3 because another S3 is happening. Now S4. So here, if you calculate the total number of clock cycles for this example, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. And this total is 21. So what is speed up? Non-pipelined time by pipelined time. So you can say that is 21 divided by 12. So speed up is equal to 1.73, something like this. So whenever the page time whenever the stage time is non-uniform, then this is how we calculate pipeline time, non-pipeline time, speed up. Once you get the speed up, accordingly you can calculate efficiency or throughput. Right? Now there is another possibility, that is, when you are taking the stage time, that stage time is not only for the operation, that is also to store intermediate results in the buffer. So whenever you are given the stage time as a composition of stage delay and interstage delay, what is stage delay? It is the time to complete, to perform actual operation. What is interstage delay? This is also called as buffer delay or register delay or register overhead. What is this? It is the time to store that intermediate result in the buffer. So I am calling the stage delay as small td, interstage delay as ti. So whenever our stage time is expressed in this parameters as stage delay and interstage delay, then how do you calculate stage time in pipelining? This is maximum of stage delays plus interstage delay. And how do you calculate non-pipelined stage time? Summation of all the stage delays, and interstage delay is 0. Why in non-pipeline? Because the buffers are not needed because the intermediate buffers are not required in the non-pipeline because it allows only one after another execution. So once you get this, you can calculate the speed up even with respect to stage times also. So this would be sigma of Td divided by max of Td plus Ti. So you can call this as the next equation. So if our stage time is expressed in terms of stage delay and interstage delay, then you can write this stage time for pipeline processing and stage time for non-pipeline processing in this way. Okay, but there is another possibility. What is the effective time or effective speed over stall cycles? What is a stall cycle? So technically, to define stall cycle, it is the time duration during which no meaningful operation is performed for any instruction. For example, let's say I am having some instructions and some stages. If I draw the space-time chart, let's say it is like this. Suppose if you consider this space-time chart, and let me write the clock cycle numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. During clock cycle 4, 5, what is happening for I2? Nothing. During I3, during 5 and 6, what I3 is doing? Nothing. And during time 7, what is happening for I2? No. So these are what you call as stall cycles. So whenever you have stall cycles, how you can calculate the time and how you can calculate the speed up? So the time first we calculate for stalls, that you can say for one instruction ideal CPI, that is cycles per instruction, plus stall cycles frequency, how frequently the stalls occurs, and once the stall occur, how long that stall exists, and what is the cycle time. This is how we calculate the total time. Now, with respect to stalls, the effective speed up. With respect to stalls, you can calculate as maximum speed up over this. So whenever we have given the information about this stall cycles frequency and the number of stall cycles, then this is how we calculate the stalls speed up, effective speed up with respect to stalls. So majorly we have 4 cases in the pipelining. When stage time is uniform, when stage time is non-uniform, when the stage time is expressed in terms of stage delay and interstage delay, and whenever the stall cycles information is whenever the stall cycles effect has to be considered. Okay, so now let us focus on some problems. Hello Rajkumar. Yeah, as our friend said, it is regularly at 8 p.m. on YouTube. Not daily. There is a proper study plan for that. In our app, it is completely updated. You can verify on which days you will have that classes. It is completely there. You can verify. Yes, please go through the question, guys. So if you go through the question, it is given there are 5 stages and among them these 4 stages takes 1 cycle if it is any instruction, but PO takes 1 cycle for add sub, 3 cycles for null instruction, 6 cycles for div instruction. Operand forwarding is given means don't worry about the dependencies. Then total number of clock cycles needed. So let's see. These are the instructions we have, and we have 5 stages: instruction fetch, instruction decode, operand fetch, perform operation, write operand. So these take 1 clock cycle for any instruction. PO takes 3 clock cycles for null, 6 for div, 1 for add, 1 for sub. So if we do in the form of space-time chart, keeping I0, I1, I2, I3 here, I0, IF require 1 clock cycle, then ID, then OF, PO requires 3 clock cycles. First instruction is always independent. Then second instruction, we will make sure no 2 similar stages overlap. Then we can get this space-time chart in this way. You also do along with me, dear friends. That's it. So total number of clock cycles. Hi Ravi Prakash, how are you? So total number of clock cycles needed. $15. To execute these 4 instructions in the pipelined manner, total how many clock cycles are needed? 15. Okay. Next, see this. Consider a 4-stage pipeline processor. The number of cycles needed by 4 instructions I1, I2, I3, I4 in the stages is shown below. What is the number of cycles needed to execute the following loop? So if you see the loop, we have loop from I1 to 2, means the loop run twice, and we have 4 instructions, so you have to do these 4 instructions twice. Someone quickly do it and tell me how many clock cycles are needed. So I will also do along with you. I1, stage 1 requires 2 cycles, stage 2 requires 1 cycle, stage 3 1, stage 4 1. Then I2, stage 1 require 1, stage 2 3 clock cycles, stage 3 2 clock cycles, stage 4 2 clock cycles. Then I3, S1, S2, S3 and S4 require 3 clock cycles. Then we have I4, S1, S2, S3 and S4. But we have to execute these 4 instructions again in the continuous pipeline. So please continue. I1 again, S1 takes 2 clock cycles, S2 1 clock cycle, S3 1 clock cycle, S4 1 clock cycle. I2, S1 1, S2 3 clock cycles, S3 2 clock cycles and S4 2 clock cycles. And instruction I3, S1 1 clock cycle, S2 1 clock cycle, S3 1 clock cycle and S4 3 clock cycles. And finally instruction I4, S1 1 clock cycle, S2 2 clock cycles, S3 2 clock cycles and S4 2 clock cycles. So all together, if you count total how many clock cycles are needed, how many? 23 clock cycles. Very good, Rajkumar, Chandan, very good, 23. Okay. Now look at this question, which is a 2013 GATE question. Consider an pipeline with 5 stages without any branch prediction, and the stage delays are given 5, 7, 10, 8 and 6, and there is an intermediate buffer, and that buffer delay is 1 nanosecond. A program consisting of 12 instructions executed. Instruction I4 is the only branch instruction and its branch target is I9. If the branch is taken during execution, means during EX phase branch is taken, then the time needed to complete the program is. Read the question thoroughly. Okay, now let us see. we have instructions I1, I2, I3, I4, I5 to I12. Now every instruction is taking some stage delays and interstage delay. So whenever we have stage delay and interstage delay, how we calculate the pipeline time small t? Maximum of stage delays plus interstage delay. So this is a maximum of stage delays 5, 7, 10, 8 and 6 plus interstage delay 1. So that is 10 plus 1, 11 nanoseconds. Now every stage takes 11 nanoseconds on an average, because whenever it is not uniform we have to take in that way, max TD plus TI. So fetch instruction, decode instruction, fetch operand, execute instruction, write operand. In this way, if you execute fetch, decode, operand fetch, execute, write operand, and it is given I4 is the only branch instruction. I4 is the only branch, and branch is taken during execution to I9. That means directly from I4 execution phase, directly where the control goes, I9. So here again it starts fetch, decode, operand fetch, execute, write. Fetch, decode, operand fetch, execute, write. Fetch, decode, operand fetch, execute, write. And fetch, decode, operand fetch, execute, write. So total one cycle means how many nanoseconds? 11. So 11, 11, 11. Just calculate how many cycles we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. So what is the total time? Total 15 cycles, and cycle time is, one cycle means 11 nanoseconds. So 15 into 11, 165 nanoseconds. Okay, so the answer is 165. Good, Chandan, keep it up. Good try, Raj. So see this question. Consider a 6-stage instruction pipeline where all stages are perfectly balanced. Assume there is no cycle time overhead. When an application is executing on this 6-stage pipeline, the speed up achieved with respect to non-pipeline if 25% of the instructions incur 2 pipeline stall cycles. So here we have got stall cycles frequency, that is 25%, and number of stall cycles 2. So number of stages K is 6. So we know the effective speed up is K divided by 1 plus frequency into number of stalls. So that is 6 divided by 1 plus 25 by 100 into 2. 6 by 1, 50 by 100 is 5 by 10, 0.5. So that is 4. Got it? So this is how we calculate the speed up with respect to stalls over non-pipelined execution. All right. That's all for today. So I tried briefing instruction pipelining to the best possibility, and I tried giving different model questions, popular model questions from this instruction pipelining. I believe this session helped you in revising instruction pipelining topic in the better way. And if anybody are learning now itself, even for them also this session will be useful, because I tried explaining each in detail, but I have explained at a little fast pace, but everybody can understand even if you are learning it newly also. Okay? And guys, keep attending the sessions regularly, keep sharing and keep liking. And if you maintain the regularity, then definitely you can feel that improvement. You are growing, that growth you can feel. Okay? Thank you for watching the session. In the next class, which is on Monday at the same time 8 p.m, we will have the revision of secondary memory topic. Alright? Thank you so much for joining the session. See you in the next class. Till then, have a great time. Good night everybody. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you.